Hey everyone, Jefferson Graham here. Thanks for tuning in to the Photo Walks Talks edition of the Photo Walk Show. Let me know if my sound is okay. It may be a little hot. Let me bring that down a little bit. Kim McCallister is going to be here with us today. She, as you all know, is the news person from the Mark Thompson Show and the Nikki Medoro Show on YouTube. She'll be here in about 5 minutes. She's just finishing up her stint with Nikki, and then will be joining us. And what we'll be doing today is we're going to talk about how to make better iPhone photos. I think I should be looking this way. How to make better iPhone photos. She is a little frustrated sometimes with some of the stuff she does, so she wants to talk about how to improve. And I've got a lot of ideas there. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Kevin. Great to have you here. What else we're going to be doing today? We're going to be announcing the winner of our weekly contest. You all know where to go for that. That's the Flickr group. In fact, I have a little slide there, and I should have this memorized. Is that the right one? Yes. Flickr.com/groups/photo walks. I'll play that one more time. Let's get that back up. No? Okay. Well, anyway, we'll be back there soon. So today we're doing a giveaway. I've got a great little light for you from LumeCube worth $90. And it works with smartphones, and all you got to do is submit a photo, make a comment, share, like, all that other good stuff, subscribe, and one lucky person today will win one of these. So it's definitely going to come in handy. And one of Kim's photos, she's been frustrated with her lighting, so I know that she's not going to be a winner today, but she could be. And this light will be great. Hi, Molly. So we'll be taking your questions in the second half hour. So I look forward to that. And that's when we're going to announce the winner. The giveaway for the following week is going to be a free ticket to the Kelby One Live iPhone Photography Conference, which is coming up on March 27th. It's a virtual conference. It sells for $150, though that's the early bird special. You'll be able to get in. You'll have to pay more as we get closer to the event, but one person will win a free ticket. So just be sure to submit a photo at our Flickr group. Let's try that again. Flickr.com/group/photowalktalks, and I will have more information in the description below, so it's coming right up. Next week's guest is going to be Dave Williams. He is one of the great photographers, and he's also going to be speaking at the conference. Before we say hi to Kim, who will be here shortly, let's start off with our news segment. And by the way, thank you, Nick, who joined us from Nikki's show. Thank you very much. Thank you, John, from Toronto. Thank you. Who else is here? Molly and Dwight and Kevin and Jim. This is great. I really appreciate you all coming here. This is a new thing for me. This is the third week that we've been trying this, and so far it's been a life changer. So it's really great to hear from lots of people. News. There's a new iPhone. It just came out. It was just announced today, and it'll be out on Friday. It's yellow. There's a yellow iPhone. I don't think it's going to change anything with your photography, but it's a cool color. Though I'm a little skeptical here because I have a case and it's brown. And I can't see anything on the other side. I don't know about you guys. Most people I know have a case, though Kim, who will be joining us shortly, she has a clear case. So she might enjoy that yellow. It's yellow, like the Trix Rabbit likes in his Trix cereal, or yellow like Pikachu. Apple Music. I know many people that like to be inspired by music as they take pictures, and they're coming out with a classical edition of the Apple Music subscription service, which is complimentary, basically. Looks like we have Kim. So Kim will be here in 1 second. Anyway, the music service is complimentary, and you still have to pay $11 a month, but you're going to get an extra 5 million tracks. Let's say hi to Kim, who should, there she is, and I am going to add her to the screen. And say hi, Kim.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I think I'm supposed to have you on the other side. Say hi,
Oh,
everybody,
okay.
to Kim. And,
Hi,
Kim,
everybody. How's it going?
that's Kim McCallister from the Nikki Medoro show and the Mark Thompson show. And we'll be learning more about Kim
Yep.
today. Kid, let's see. I need to make your sound a little higher, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that. You don't know how to do that, do you?
Well, we learn on the fly here on the Jefferson Graham Photo
Yeah.
Walks TV.
Yeah, it's all new. It's all new to me, and just maybe speak a little closer to the mic. How about that? Can you move the mic?
Oh, okay. How about this? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I can move it.
Okay.
It's twiddles around and all. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So Kim is from Petaluma. We were just
All
talking
right.
about the Apple Music service, which just got announced today,
Yeah.
and 5 million tracks. I'm not a subscriber to Apple Music because I'm such a fan of YouTube Music, which gives me ad-free YouTube, and I'm not giving that up. So there goes that.
Yeah. And you
Um,
don't need all the services. Although I do like what you said about what was the tip you said? If you subscribe to YouTube Music, then you get something for free or no commercials or something like that.
yeah, you get YouTube ad-free.
You said something today.
Yeah, YouTube ad-free.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, which is a pretty cool thing to
Okay.
have. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
So now that you're here, Kim, let's tell everybody what we're going to talk about. Tell us about some of your frustrations.
Well, and I don't know if you can fix this, but my frustration really is that whenever I take a picture and I see something with the naked eye and it moves me enough to pick up my cell phone and try to capture it, it never looks exactly like it did with, the naked eye, that it looks different, not as good. And so I have a couple examples of that I've prepared for you today to see if it's is it me or is that just the nature of things?
Well, the first thing, and I mentioned this on the Nikki show, was that we have to manage our expectations. Okay, we have to realize
Yeah.
that we have a cell phone camera that is really, really good, but
My
it's not a
bar is
fourth.
high.
What's
Yeah.
that? Yeah, it's not a four
My bar
thousand
is high.
dollar.
My bar is high. My expectations are really high.
Yeah, your expectations were a little too high. I mean, it does some amazing things that astound me all the time. I have shot the night stars in night skies on it. It was okay, but it wasn't fantastic. But 80% of the time, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's that 20%. But most of the things that you've brought today, I think we can improve, and with a little editing. So
Okay.
let's show everybody. We'll start with your moonshot. Tell everybody about this photo.
So this is just a couple nights ago in Petaluma. We're driving down D Street, headed to dinner to celebrate my son who got an orange belt in karate. And out the window, I see a moonbow. Apparently, kind of a rare occurrence. And what it looked like was a full moon in the center, then dark black sky with a rainbow in a ring around the moon. And outside of the rainbow, a circle of clouds. And the rainbow was so bright. And I don't know if it was, illuminated by the moon, or I don't know how it works scientifically, but the rainbow had lit up the clouds and the clouds were picking up the colors of the rainbow. It was breathtaking and it was only there for maybe 3 minutes. And so I captured in succession 3 quick photos of it. And then I tried to like zoom in and it was gone. It was fleeting, this fleeting, beautiful, wonderful moment. And all you can see in the picture is that the clouds around seem kind of rainbowy, but you can't see the rainbow in the middle. And so I was disappointed by what I came away with here.
Okay. Now, for some reason, the way I'm showing these, we're not seeing the full image. We're seeing it got severely cropped. But can you see this, Kim? What I'm
Okay.
showing? Can you see what I'm showing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the moon. I
Yeah.
did some basic editing on it to the dehaze button in Adobe Lightroom Mobile. This is another moonshot, and I darkened the sky. I took out some of the haze, and I think it looks better. What do you think, Kim?
Okay. Yeah, I think it does. It still doesn't give me that ring around the moon. It's still, you can kind of see it in that one. You can't see the actual rainbow. It
Yeah,
looked like a
but you know,
real rainbow in a circle around the moon. But
yeah.
yeah, it's better than what I had for sure.
Yeah, I think your expectations were very high. You're talking about a moon, which is how
Yeah.
many miles away? You know?
I know. I know.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Very
I will
interesting.
never be able to share that phenomenon with people, that what I saw. Like I'll never see that again. Thankfully, I remember what it looks like, right? But I can't share with you how amazing it was. So
Yeah, yeah. But
that's the
had I
way it
shot it on a
goes, I guess.
camera, I would have had similar frustrations. Dwight says, "I'm of the
Yeah.
opinion that most pictures that we take with our mobile phones must be edited. The art comes in where we try
Hmm.
and bring it back to what we saw in real life, which is what I think I've been saying to you a few times today, right? Let's look at another one of your pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
a shot from your
So
car. Describe it.
this is also on D Street in Petaluma, headed in the other direction. And it was rainy, and I wanted it's this is driving, so I'm at this red stoplight. So I'm not being unsafe here. I just wanted to snap a quick picture to send to my mother, in who's vacationing in Maui, to show her, it's sunny there in Maui, but look, it's rainy here in Petaluma, right? And so, and I like that you can see the streaks of light from the headlines. It's kind of cool, but why? Why does it do that? Couldn't I just have taken it where the lights look like the lights, instead of everything being a little bit kind of muffled and streaked?
First of all, the iPhone does not do well with lights. It screws up the
Mm,
sensor. It gets a little crazy. I try to go in a different direction when I have a situation like that. What I'm showing the people that are watching our live stream is a edited version. It's not much better, but the colors are richer. Would you say that, Kim?
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I would say
but
that. That's true.
yeah, the colors are richer. But had you gotten out of the car, it would have worked a lot better. My one of my top 5 rules of photography is to move. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. If you don't like the way it looks on the left side,
Right.
take it on the right side. Take it on the top, take it on the bottom, and that is pretty much one of those alternatives is going to work out for you. Okay.
See,
So,
that
yeah.
would entail me not to be a lazy photographer and just sit in my car and snap, snap, snap. Then you have to park, get out, and do all that. And usually I'm taking pictures on the fly. But I do agree. Maybe
Uh,
had I taken from different angles, it would have been better. Yeah.
You'll be amazed. I mean, you can really accomplish a lot by moving around.
Yeah.
And the classic one
Yeah.
is somebody's portrait, and half of their face is is in the shadow, and they have a big thing on their nose, and they look
Hmm.
awful. And then you just turn around, and all of a sudden it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also playing around with a zoom a little bit. Sometimes I try to play with the zoom, but then I realize I can do that after the fact.
You can edit
Do you
after the
think?
fact, as you'll see that I did with one of your
Hmm.
photos. Um, okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
here is a double rainbow in Petaluma that I think you did a nice job on, but it is through the
No,
window, right?
this is the oh, thank you. This is not in Petaluma. This is also from a moving vehicle, but this was in between Monterey and, I wanna say, Watsonville area. So this is like, I don't know, Pajaro, Aram I don't know. It's somewhere in Monterey County, like near Watsonville, I would say. And out of the window came this bright, shiny, beautiful rainbow. And then I noticed it's a double rainbow. I must have taken 50 pictures of this thing from moving car. I rolled down the window at least. So there is that. But also from stopped positions when we had to stop in traffic, and then from different angles, because as the car moved, the rainbow moved, and at one point it looked like we were driving, like it was arching over the road, like we were driving right toward it, into it. So, but it never really caught the brightness of the rainbow. It never really caught what I was seeing.
Well, I think you did a nice job here. I just did a little darkening of things.
Ooh.
Um, The only thing is I feel it, I'm not shooting through the window. You did not shoot through the window on this, right?
It was through the window of the car, but the window was rolled down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anyway, you can see how
Yeah.
the rainbow is more colorful when you just do a simple basic edit, right?
Oh, yeah. How did you do
Yeah.
it?
In the Apple app, in the Photos app, I just go to black point and I go to 100% and it enriches the colors. Every photo, yeah, let's do that. Every photo I take on the phone gets edited before
Yeah.
it gets shown off because you can always improve, whether that be cropping, whether that be boosting the color, whether that be making it less hazy. There are so many great tools in the iPhone, and if you don't know, you would open up. I turned it off. Okay, so that nobody could ring me. But you go into the, you open up your photo in the Photos app. You click Edit, and the first thing is a automatic tool that automatically brightens it up and does a really nice
Yeah.
job. And then from there, there's contrast and highlights and all sorts of things. And everybody listening and watching should try them all. Really play with them all. I'd love to hear from the viewers out there. Which of the tools do you like best? For me, it's the I up the exposure and I up the blacks. If I could do those two things, I'm in a really great place. We have a commenter of all people, the wonderful, the great Mark Thompson has joined us today. So let's wave hi to Mark.
Oh,
I
no,
should have a little applause button here,
I think it's
but
me. That's me.
oh,
That's me
okay.
commenting as Mark.
Okay, very good, very good. I was very honored, but I'm honored
Yeah.
anyway. Let me show another one of your photos, and remind everybody to
Okay.
get your questions ready because we want to hear from you. This is something that has frustrated you. For some reason, they ran it
Mm.
full screen, but you'll get the idea. That is your son, and that is one of the beautiful little
Yeah.
fish at the Monterey Aquarium. Your, fr-
Jellyfish.
yeah, what's your
So we
frustration
went on
here?
a birthday trip. Every year we go to the Monterey Aquarium, and I always take this picture where it looks like they're holding a jellyfish. This one I didn't quite get the holding a jellyfish angle. It looks more like he's presenting it. But the problem is the jellyfish look amazing. The kid's face, and this year it was masked, but you can never see their face really. And so, is there a way I can get both the jellyfish and the kid?
I'm glad you asked
Mind
because
you,
we,
I will
we
say
have a
when you take
giveaway
this
today.
picture,
We have a giveaway
oh,
today.
let me say when I would take this, that's awesome. But when I took this picture, there's a line of people trying to get in. So you got to do it fast, right? You can't be lollygagging at the
Well,
jellyfish tank.
our giveaway today is a nice little light for your smartphone. It's from LumeCube. Let's get it in there. It's called
Oh,
the Panel Mini. It sells for $70, and you need to get a little doodad to put it with your
what's the
phone.
name of the company?
It's called LumeCube,
Did you say
which
LumeTube?
LumeCube.
LUME?
They make this little guy as well. This could also work. It's called the LumeCube, but that's not our giveaway. Our giveaway is this light. They've been kind enough to
Okay.
donate this
Okay.
for one lucky viewer today, who all they
So
have to do
cool.
is submit a photo to our
Yeah.
Flickr group. And if we love it and it's great and it's an iPhone photo, you could be the
Yeah.
winner today. So anyway, Kim, we can't make magic happen on the phones. You do need to use lighting in certain situations. And a little light on your son's face would go a long way, whether it be a little one like this, which is the LumeCube, whether it be the Panel
Right.
Mini. Another great suggestion I have is I bet you weren't there by yourself. I bet you were there with somebody else, like your husband, right?
Right.
He could open up his
Right.
phone, he could turn on the flashlight app, and he could beam that on your son while you take a picture of him, and that would add a lot.
Would that have affected the way we saw the jellyfish, do you think?
Hopefully not. I don't think so because it would be illuminating your son.
Okay.
Yeah, and
But
also
you don't know until you try.
you don't know until you try, and if there's a big
Yeah.
if there's a big crowd, get there first thing when they open up, right? So
So LumeTube, LumeTube, and that
LUME
just
LUMECUBE Lume Cube.
oh, LumeCube. And so it sticks onto your phone? Like an old-fashioned
with an
flash?
adapter. We have, where did the adapter go? You get one of these like little adapters,
Okay.
and then that's how you do it. Or you could hold it.
Cool.
You could
Okay.
also hold it.
Awesome.
Just hold it up. That's another thing.
Okay.
So that's one solution.
Awesome.
What else do we got?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, let's start there. Okay, tell everybody about this photo.
This is a beautiful old building in Petaluma. It was at one time the library, but it's now the Petaluma History Museum. And it has this really special dome light kind of on the top of the lobby area. It's special. It's kind of weird how they have those other lights surrounding it, but I was trying to capture the stained glass and the beauty of it. I don't know if I did it well enough. You can see what it is, but it didn't look as kind of wow, awe-inspiring as it did when I saw it with just the naked eye.
All right. So I first want to get John's comment in there. How did we get that in? Are we there? See John's comment? Yes. He says you need to watch out for reflections in the glass. Of course you do. And to which I say, keep moving. That's how to deal with the reflections, is keep moving until you get it right. So I want to go back to your photo, which was that one, which was the dome, which is nice. I think you have a nice photo there. My simple solution was to crop. Can you see this, Kim?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, just a simple crop in the Apple Photos app. That's all we had to do. Also, Jeff Berg mentions to dial down the exposure, which is also another way of
How do you do
helping
that?
in a situation like that. I'm going to turn this phone on so I could tell you a little better. There's a menu at the top of the screen that most people are not familiar with. It's when you have.
I'm turning on my iPhone so I can follow along with you here.
Okay, when you have the camera app open. If you put your finger at the middle of the top of the screen, there's a little arrow, little carrot-like thing, right?
I see it.
Okay, that brings you a world of menu items, and I'm going to walk you through there. And
so
basically, the first one, and now these are different with everybody's iPhone. So some models have all of these, some don't. But the first one is the flash, which I'm not a fan of because it looks like we're lit by a blowtorch. The second one is live photos, which I am a fan of because you could do some really good special effects with it. The next one is the aspect ratio.
Is that the one that looks like a... Is the live photos one that looks like a little yellow circle with a moon?
It's the one, yes. And then you see 4:3 probably, which is 4:3, which is the aspect ratio one. Okay. Yeah. That's where you decide. Let's see, I'll go back here.
You decide what to have it be square or what size the picture is.
Yeah. And I like going all the way. I like 69 because it looks really cool on my screen. Yeah. You could go 69. I
never knew this menu was here.
What's that?
I never knew this menu was here.
Right.
I've never seen this before in my life.
Okay. Welcome to Photo Walk Talks. The next one is the exposure control that I was telling you about. And you can go up 2 stops or down 2 stops. And that, when I say stops, you could make it lighter or darker. And if you've ever done photos at a stained glass window, it will always try to go too light, and then you have to take it all the way down and make it much darker. And that's how to get a good photo out of there. So the next one is styles, the next one is the timer, which I use all the time for doing selfies because it's very hard to compose a shot and be worrying about putting your finger on the timer. On the shutter. So I use the 10-second timer. The next one is styles, which gives you different looks, which I don't like to do. I prefer doing it in the editing.
Right.
Okay, so
Cool. Thank you for showing me that.
I'm happy to do it. Does anybody out there have questions out there about the menu? The good news about the iPhone is that they've gotten so good. The bad news is they've gotten so complicated. Nobody knows what is going on. And so, Kim, you've been a smartphone photographer for how long?
I would say less than 6 months, because before this I have my Google Pixel, and before that I was an Android user, mostly Samsung. So I'm relatively new to the iPhone, and I'm still kind of new at it. There's still things I'm figuring out. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, and what made you join the iPhone world?
My daughter got an iPhone. That was her first phone, and I liked the way the camera looked on the back with the 3, and I liked the way her pictures were looking, and I thought, well, I think it's time to switch, if only because I want to know how to use them both and have that knowledge base for all of them, rather than doing the same thing over and over again. So I kind of wanted just to see what the difference was. So for this particular phone, I went to the iPhone. I still feel like I miss my Google Pixel. There were a lot of things about that camera that I really liked. And when I had the Samsung Galaxy, people were always commenting on how come my pictures don't turn out as good as yours turn out. And so I haven't had people say that with my iPhone, but I feel like there are more tools and little fun things that I can get in there on the iPhone and do. Like, there's more features that I can explore. I just have to know where they are.
Yeah, they're hidden, and there's no manual. They don't tell you. They put out a new phone. They don't tell you that they've made any changes or where anything is. It gets very frustrated. I liked the Pixel, but I felt that they were boosting the colors artificially in a way that was unrealistic, and I wasn't real cool about that.
Oh.
And the Galaxy, I need to go buy one. I've used them over the years, but I need to have one here at all times. So that's my feeling about that.
Why? Because you like it, or just because you want to compare?
I need to know. There's always that sentence you said, like, you open up the menu and there's all the things, and then I need to say, and on a Galaxy, you just do this. I need to know that, right, to be able to say that.
Yeah.
Roy has
one of the things I liked about
Go ahead.
About the Google Pixel was that you can choose the night vision option for your picture. I liked that. And sometimes I take pictures at night, as you saw with the moon shots and some other things, and kids' activities. And I liked having that night vision app, that you could click on it. I like that.
So comment on that in a second. Christopher just said that my volume is really low. Is anybody else feeling that? Please let me know.
I can hear you fine in my headphones, so okay. I don't know.
On the night mode on the iPhone, it is automatic. They just make a decision. Hey, I think we'll go on night mode now. You can't pull it in, and so that's a little frustrating. But once it gets dark, it's really cool. I've got some really great shots that were done on night mode. Jeff Burke says the sound is okay, so cool. Night mode leaves the shutter open for a longer period of time, so that's pretty cool. And that's where I shot the night stars. We're going to get to questions in a second. Roy had a comment on the iPhone 14. It seems it always goes back to 4.3. The others have this problem. You can go into settings and make the decision which one you want to do. Like, I'm always 16.9. And most people are saying that they're hearing me just fine. So I think that's pretty cool. I'd like to take a moment before we announce the contest winner to basically tell everybody about Kim. Okay, because we know Kim, who puts on these amazing hours every day, reading the news and partaking with Mark and Nikki, but we don't know much about her. And I'd like to hear. She's been in radio for a few years. Tell everybody about yourself.
So I started in radio in Sacramento. And it was kind of something I knew I always wanted to do. And I got this internship with these really fun guys, Sean and Jeff on Quad 106.5. And it was so great that they gave me a job producing their show. And then the station gave me a job on the air doing the overnight shift. And I worked my way up. And then I was doing news for the morning show. Then I worked for another station in Sacramento, but I always knew I wanted to get back to the Bay Area because this is where I'm from. My family lives here. It's where I wanted to have a family and live. And so when the opportunity came to do traffic in the helicopter for KGO, I took it. I maybe did traffic from the sky for about, I want to say, a little less than a year before they realized that I was a news person, and they pulled me back into the studio and put me on the news. And so I did news on KGO from, I want to say 2000. I've been on the station since 99. I was on the station and started doing news in about 2002, 2003. And then eventually got hired. I started doing news in about 2000 and then got hired by KGO to be a reporter as well. And so then I was an anchor and then fill-in talk show host, and then the station went belly up. So that's my history in radio, but I love it. I've absolutely loved for 23 years, I want to say, being a part of that station that I grew up listening to. And it was a dream come true. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm trying to get you back in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go. Okay. 23 years.
Yeah.
Well, tell everybody about your day, okay? Because it's a really interesting day. You're on the air from 10 to 2 every day, right? And that's part-time for you now because you used to be 8 hours a day.
Used to be 8 hours a day, right? But now, so I am on the Mark Thompson Show. The MarkThompsonShow.com is the website to go find more out about that show. And Mark was on KGO. And I'm on with Mark from 10 to noon. And then I'm on the Nikki Medoro Show, Medoro, the Nikki Medoro Show.com as well to check that out, from noon to 2. And both of these hosts worked for KGO, and I was the news person on their shows. So that they brought them with me here to YouTube when the station changed formats and went to a sports betting format is a real honor. And we have a lot of fun together. The shows are great. I think, I wish more people knew that we were out here doing this, because I think we do a good job of bringing people in and involving them in the fun as well. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy, and I hope it works out. You never know on YouTube. You're trying it. You're seeing if it sticks, and I really hope that it does.
I think it's great, because I'm somebody who was guesting on the radio show for, I think, about 3 years, and it was always a great experience. And then we went to YouTube, and the response in the community is just been incredible. It's, I get more feedback from doing these shows than anything I've done. And so, it's great to have a radio show where people can talk back to you. So that encouraged me to start doing the live show here myself as well. And it's great to have you all here. A few things Brian wants me to repeat about the giveaway. So it's a LumeCube Panel Mini, which sells for $70 and will greatly help your lighting, because we do need lighting. I mean, I was taking some pictures in some bad situations yesterday where the lighting was bad, and I just needed a little touch of light, and it really helps. And all you have to do is go to our Flickr group, flickr.com groups, Photo Walk Talks, submit a photo, and I will get in contact with you for the contest. So that would be great. We have a question. Somebody wanted tips on how to photograph documents. I think this is from Mario, right? Do you have any tips on taking better photos of documents? I have a Galaxy S22, and I take lots of pictures of documents, but almost always the font is a bit blurry. Now, I do a lot of documents too, because anybody who says, I need your receipt for the, for the expense report, or we sent you a contract and you need to sign it and send it to us, all this sort of stuff. So the first thing I always do is, in the editing, I up the exposure all the way, because basically I get a blob of text in a black piece of paper. And then when I move that dial up, it looks a lot better. Anybody out there have that same situation? I'd love to hear from you. Another question we have was about, and it's very similar. It's about scanning photos. And so it was, Jeff, I need to scan a bunch of photos, and I wanted to download a scanning app. Which is the best app? There's so many of them. Well, the best app is from Google, and it's called the Google Photo Scan app. It works really well. It takes 4 pictures of your photo, and it blends them together, and it eliminates the glare. Let me show you. This is a photo that I took this morning to show you what it would look like, just normally with the glare in there. And this is with Google Scan. Which one do we prefer, folks?
Wow. Yeah. So that's great.
Yeah.
Who are those people?
Anyway,
do you know who they are? Are they family members?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That would be my brother-in-law and niece and nephew. Dwight says that
That's a really great trip.
Yeah.
It's a great tip, I was going to say, because I will often try to take pictures of a picture. So, yeah.
Dwight uses an app called Scannable. Let's push him over there for that. He uses Scannable, and I haven't tried it, but I will say that anytime I go to a family member's house and they've got the wall of photos, and if I don't have them in the collection, I'll just run over and start taking pictures. And it's served me well. This Google Photos app is great. Now, I will say that if I was really serious about scanning the family collection, I would have them scanned on a scanner. And there's a company called scanmyphotos.com, which I'm a fan of. They will let you stuff a box with as many photos as you can in there, up to 1,800. It's not cheap. You'll spend about $200 to scan all the photos in your collection, but they will be higher resolution than you're going to do on your smartphone. You could also do piecemeal, and I think it's 13 cents a scan, but you have to add postage, and you're going to want to get a flash drive, which they'll also sell to you. When it's all said and done, you're about $70. First of all, viewers, we need more questions, so come on in. Kim, do you have a lot of photos that need to be scanned?
I do have photos that need to be scanned, but I want to, if I could go back to the picture of your brother-in-law and the glare versus the not glare. I have the Google Pixel, the Google Pictures app on my phone. Google Photos is what I have. But what was the app that took the glare away, and how do you do that? Is there a setting inside that app that makes that happen, or can you explain the process?
Yes.
And where and what the app is called?
It's called Google Photo Scan. Okay. Let's see if I could show you my little picture of it here. Yeah, it's called Photo Scan, PHOTO, capital SCAN. What they have you do is they have you take 4 pictures of that picture. And there's 4 buttons on there. And you push it that way, push it that way, push it that way, push it that way. Okay, Roy. Okay, thank you, Roy. It's called Photo Scan by Google. Cool. Okay, Photo Scan by Google. And on my phone, it just says Photo Scan. But it's Photo Scan by Google. 4 pictures, and it blends them together, and the glare goes away. And I'm glad I was able to show you a pretty radical edition of that.
That was great.
Yeah.
Is that a free app and a free service?
It's a free app. But, I don't know about you, but, at some point in my life, I had to scan everything because I have so many photos. You must have shoeboxes of them.
Yeah.
And if you're dealing with shoeboxes, it's going to be a pain. If you do 10 of these, you're like, I don't want to do anymore. And that's when you want to start setting them out. Let's talk about the winner of last week's contest. Okay. And we are going to announce it today. Let's find that picture. Okay. This is the winner. Her name is Debbie Linderman. I love this picture. Okay, this is a photo of, I'm assuming, 5 grandkids. 5 grandkids reading a Where's Waldo poster. They're all lined up. It's real life. It doesn't look like it's staged. It's black and white, which makes it feel more nostalgic. I just think that Debbie did a great job. Kim, what's your reaction to the photo?
I love it. It's so sweet. They're all so interested and engrossed in what they're reading. That's really cute. I like it a
Yes.
lot. I wonder what your thoughts are about does it make do you think the focus more on their little faces if you go black and white, and would the color have put the focus on other things? Because I think the black and white is really nice in this instance.
Yeah, well, I never saw it in color, so I don't know. I only know, the black and white
Yeah.
version and how it just really screamed at me as just
Yeah.
being classic. And I think black and white makes it classic, and it's so easy to do. Before I want to show another one of Debbie's pictures because they're really great. But do you know how to go black and white, Kim, on the iPhone?
I do. I can do that. That I can
Uh,
do.
Okay,
Yes.
how do you go black and white? Because it's hidden. There's no button that says black and white on the iPhone. So
I
how do you do
tampered
it?
around with the editing feature. Well, on the Google Pixel, it was really easy because when you edited, all of those like sepia and all of those options just popped right up. On this one, I feel like I have to go back. I clicked edit, and if you tamper around in there, you can find all those
Yeah,
different
saturation.
filters, and the black and white is under a
Saturation.
filter.
Well,
Is it
that's true. It's in
saturation? Okay.
filters, but if you also go to saturation and pull the saturation all the way down, you get to black and white. And if you do the
Oh, see, that's the
filters,
professional way to do it. I just I just go to filters. Yeah.
yeah, if you go to filters, there's two filters. Neither of them are named black and white. There's noir, and I forget what the other one is called, but it's pretty
Yeah.
nutty. Jeff Berg has a
Yeah.
great comment that Waldo's stripes would have been a foreground distraction in that one. So let me tell you what
Mm.
Debbie has won. She's got a free 1 year membership to the Kelby One subscription website, which is worth $200. Kelby One is the premier
That's
online
great.
photo instruction site for Photoshop, Lightroom, photography. It's a great place. I happen to know one of the instructors who has an upcoming class in iPhone photography that I know Kim would like. It's beginner iPhone photography. It tells you everything. Of course, that other instructor is
Yes.
me, of course.
What are you trying to say, Jefferson
Yeah.
Graham? I don't
Yeah.
know.
And I'm going to be speaking at the iPhone Photography Conference, which is March 27th to 30th, virtual, and I'll also be talking about video and how to shoot video professionally. But it's a great site,
That's
and
a
I
great
think Debbie's
prize.
going to really enjoy it.
Congratulations, Debbie.
I know, I'm really happy for it.
Sweet.
Let me show you another one of her pictures because I really love it. This is another one of her grandkid shots,
Oh,
and it's he or she is looking through a leaf, and she did a really nice black and white take on this one as well. What do you think, Kim?
I am in love with this picture. I'm in love with it. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful picture. It's artsy but cute at the same time. What a beautiful set of eyes. It makes me wonder what color are the eyes on that child, but it's so pretty. I really like it a lot.
Yeah,
Debbie,
Debbie
you're
did.
amazing. Wow.
Oh, I wish I could read this. I put up this page where she described the photo. So I'm gonna the writing is so small. I'm going to have to open up Flickr and read it from there. So just humor me for a second. I'll be there in 1 minute. But you like the
Yeah,
black and
it's
white on this
really,
one?
really cute. I I don't know because I haven't seen the color like you said before. I do like the black and white because it shows the ridges of the leaves and the striation of the leaves, and that's really cool. But I think if the child had green eyes and the leaves were green, that could really be a cool pop. I don't know. I have to see it both ways, but I really do like the picture a lot. And I love the edge, the dark edge of the leaf right under the eyes. It's really cool.
Okay. Here's what Debbie said. Walking around the block with my
Yeah.
grandson when we found this huge leaf, larger than his 4-year-old body was tall, hanging over the sidewalk. Of course, it was an invitation to go behind the leaf and peek out, those precious eyes that stare out into the world with wonder and curiosity day in and day out, forever captured. Thank you, iPhone. Thank you, Debbie. Right?
Yeah. I'd blow that one up. That's a big one on the wall. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a question about pet photos. I know that Kim is big on pet photos as well, grandkids and cats and dogs, right? Liz wants to know any
I have my
suggestions
dog
on
right
how to
here,
take
laying on the floor.
any good suggestions on how to
Yeah.
take great photos of pets who won't stay still. Okay. And Dwight has already answered, and I would say the same
I
thing.
have one of those.
Yeah. We're going to go to burst mode, but keep on trying, keep on going, keep on following them around. Don't take 3 photos, take a whole bunch. It's like taking pictures of babies. You're going to have to keep shooting and shooting and shooting until something works out for you. Dwight mentioned burst mode and also getting lucky. He's got a good comment here. Let's put that up there. Dwight, get rid of Liz's. Dwight says you have to get lucky. Burst mode is best. Then you go in and pick the pictures that you like. So let me tell everybody about burst mode who don't know about burst mode. Do you know about burst mode, Kim? Burst mode.
I think I've heard you say it before. Is it when
you hold down the top volume button of this shutter, the top volume button, and just keep your finger down in there, and you could take 25 to 30 to 40 shots at once, and then go into edit and pick the one that you want. Apple generally will pick the one that they think you want, and they're not usually right. And I usually find the one in there. Burst mode is great, also good for babies. Highly recommended. You do have to go into the settings to identify that you want to use burst mode with the volume shutter, and I will put that in the description as well.
Because I just tried it and it didn't work, so I thought I'm screwing it up already.
As Dwight said, activate burst mode in settings so you can use the volume button to take it. I believe that's. Let me go through that for a second, because I know people are going to want to know that. Go to settings, then you go to the bottom and you open up the camera app, and what it says at the top of the page is formats, record video, record slow-mo, blah, 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 blah. And then under preserve settings, it says use volume up for burst, and there's a little green toggle there, and you put that on for that.
I saw it.
Yeah, so do that,
cool.
and
now what's the downside of clicking that? If like
nothing, you want to use
could you just like have your phone rest in your purse and all of a sudden you've taken pictures of the inside of your purse at
I don't know. I've never put my phone in a purse before, so it would be news to me. But I have I put it in my pocket every day, and I have not been taking burst photos in my pocket that I know about. Roy has a question. Right. Do you agree that a larger screen computer is a better way to choose the best picture? Yes. It's hard for some of us folks to see as well as we should have. Certainly for a portrait that like we're looking at right now, I think it's fine. You could do that. For a landscape photo, for instance, I posted something on Facebook yesterday for some of my highway shots, and there was a market at the other end of the street. I didn't even see it in the photo until it went on my computer. So I think I think editing on the computer is highly recommended. That's one question. Any other questions, folks? Any questions? Yeah,
I have
Kim.
a question.
Yes.
So when you took me to settings and you took me to camera, I noticed that there's a bunch of things on the bottom, and I wonder if I have my phone settings properly the way that you think my camera ought to be set up.
Well, let's do the settings. Okay, let's do the settings. So at the top, it's record video. You get to choose 24 frames, 30, etc. Most professionals shoot in 24 frames. So leave it there. Record slow-mo. You have a choice of 1080, 720, or 1080, which is slower. It's way too slow. I do 1080 at 120. Looks really good. Record cinematic, 4K.
It says 1080 at 240. It says
you have
1080 at 240 is what's selected.
I want 1080 at 120.
Should I go 120?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
It will look better that way. Record cinematic, I do 4K versus 1080. 4K takes up more room, but it looks really cool. So I really like it. Next is record stereo sound. Yes, we want stereo, not mono.
4K at 24 or 4K at 30 are my options.
On cinematic? Oh, yeah, let's do 4K at 24. And then preserve settings.
Changing all the settings.
Preserve settings means that you don't have to change this every time. So that's good. Use volume up for burst. We talked about that. Scan QR codes when you go to the restaurant and they show you the menu. Yeah, you want to do that. That means you use your camera to do that. Show detected text. That's basically where you can use your phone and it will highlight the text. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Composition, you put the grid on.
Composition?
It gives you little lines so that your horizons aren't off.
Mine's set to off, so put it on. Okay.
Oh, definitely.
All right.
Mirror front camera, yes.
Mirror front camera?
Yeah. And view outside the frame, yes.
So let's go back to, if we could, preserve settings, because I saw in there night mode. And so what is that about? I thought it was automatic, but now I can click it on because right now it's off.
No, it's on. But if you're going to shoot something in night mode tonight, and you've adjusted the shutter to go all the way down, which means that you leave it open as long as possible, it will preserve that setting.
Oh. Okay. So do I want it clicked or not?
You want it clicked.
Do you think?
Yes.
I want it clicked.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And okay, we're getting lots of questions here.
This is awesome.
Comments. Lots of people who are really enjoying the show.
What about action mode? Do I want to click that too?
No.
Good.
Okay, let's talk about action mode. Before we do action mode, I forgot to say please like, share, and comment. I forgot to say please subscribe.
Oh.
I'm 350 away from 10,000. I want to get to 10,000. So if anybody's new here, please subscribe. Yeah. We're getting very close. Okay, so action mode was announced with the iPhone 14 Pro, where they said you could stop action. Instead of jerky herky, this is on video. But the fine print was you had to run after somebody to really stop the action. You had to run after them. Okay. And that's not something that most of us.
I'm not doing that.
So if we walk down the street, we're going to walk like this still. So I don't like that very much.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The other three things that aren't clicked quickly. Just because I now have the Jefferson Graham phone settings scenario going on.
That's good. Yeah.
Camera mode, creative controls, and exposure adjustment. Those three are not clicked.
Okay.
Should they be?
Okay, remind me where
you're like, Kim, you're a pain in my ass.
Creative controls, yes.
That was...
Yeah, I know where it is. Creative controls, yes. What were the other two?
Mm-hmm. Camera mode and exposure adjustment.
It preserves the last mode, such as video.
It
preserves the last one you did, and you don't have to change it. So everything here is leaving things instead of you having to change it every time that you want to do something. Roy has a very good question, which is where is action mode?
It's all yes.
Okay, action mode is in the camera app when you go on video, and there is a button at the top left. It's like an arrow. It looks like a flash, but it's not a flash. And I have it off. If you want it on, you have to turn it on, and then you'll get a little yellow flower in there. Do you see, guys? See this little yellow flower? Let's turn you back on. What happened to my yellow flower? It was there a minute ago. Well, enough on that. But that's where action mode is.
Okay.
Do I shoot Apple RAW? John wants to know. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's a big file. It's like 25 to 50 megabytes. If I'm in a situation where I need the extra oomph, I will do it. For ordinary, everyday shots, no. Yesterday I was shooting the highway, the California highway in between Las Vegas and LA, and it just looked beautiful. So I did shoot RAW. What else do we have here? Should you export? All right. I'm having a hard time cutting off that bottom question. How do I get there? Can't get there. All right, Kim, do you have any questions? Any more questions?
Gosh, I sent you a picture of cherry blossoms. The cherry blossoms are blooming. They're so beautiful right now. And when I tried to take a picture of the entire tree, I really missed the, the beauty of the color pop of the pink or white blossoms. It just kind of looked like a tree and you couldn't really tell. So I had to zoom in on the flowers, but I wonder, did I do something wrong? Could I have gotten the whole tree in color, or was it just the way that I was taking the picture? Is the question there.
I had put it in there and now I can't find it. But basically, for this cherry blossom shot, I would have gotten in my face. I would have gotten right in there with the cherry blossoms, and then I would have done an edit, which I will have to share with you later. But I boosted the colors, and I did some cropping, and I think that helped a lot. And so, another one of my rules.
Tree. I don't know if you guys can see.
I can't see. But another one of my rules is I shoot everything ultra wide, wide, and telephoto. Do all three of them. One of those is going to work. So I would have done a wide shot of the tree, and I would have gotten right into the cherry blossom. Roy says, "How do you know when you need the extra strength?" I think it's up to you. If it's an important shot, I would do it. If it's just average, I wouldn't worry about it. Jeff says the setting I wish I could turn off would be hold shutter button for video. I agree with you. I'd rather revert that to the old behavior to shoot as a burst, and I would like to get rid of the circle that comes up. I hate the circle, which encourages you to shoot digital zoom. Okay. So,
I think Liz has a great question, and she wants to know, what does mirror front camera mean?
I am not exactly sure. So I'm going to have to put the answer.
We're all in the same boat, Liz. We're going to figure it out together.
Yeah, I will put that in the description. What I do like is that Luis says it's his first time, and this is great, and he's going to be back and tell others. So that's pretty cool. You know what I forgot to do, guys?
Awesome. Very cool.
I forgot to mention that there's a little $ under the chat, and that if you want to do a super sticker or a or super chat just to say, hey, we enjoyed the show, and we want, we like what you're doing, I wouldn't be offended, and I don't think that Kim would be offended. Jeff Berg says
never offended by a nice contribution.
Jeff says that mirroring affects how you see yourself. If you raise your right hand, the hand will appear as if a mirror instead of the opposite side of your body. And which brings up, what do you do when you take a selfie? What do you do when you do a selfie and it's and there are words behind you and that the words are backwards? Do know that you can go into the edit and you can go into crop and you could turn the picture around.
Yeah. I did a quick Google search and it says that this particular setting, mirror front camera, will take a photo that is your mirror image when you turn it on and change it to your front facing camera.
Okay. Pretty good.
That's what it does.
It's getting that time. Kim has worked a long day today. She added an extra hour to her shift. So I really appreciate that.
Are you tired of me already?
No, I'm not tired of you. I want to let you go on with your life. John Smith says, do music request via Super Sticker. I'll play a song. Name me your favorite TV theme.
Oh, please
do. Or any song, stump me on from the Great American Songbook, any of the old standards that Frank Sinatra sang. I'll play it in a second, and I'll do it on a Super Sticker. So give me a request. I want to remind everybody that we have our Flickr contest, and I want you all to submit something there. I do have the giveaway, which is the light, worth $70.
Yeah.
There it is. And it will definitely really help you
with
your photography. And all you have to do is submit a photo to our Flickr group. Next week, we're going to have a free ticket to the iPhone Photography Conference from Kelby One. So submit your photo for there, and I'll announce the winner next week. Roy, could you explain why you chose the phone case? I don't know which phone case we're talking about, Roy, so if you let me know which one. Kim deserves triple
the phone case
today.
that you have, yeah, really. The brown leather phone case, I think you chose the phone case you have on your phone.
Okay, so everybody should know very quickly that I shoot everything on two phones. I have a video series here called Photo Walks TV where I take people to great places. This weekend, we're going to Las Vegas, and this picture is being shown to you for a reason. Do you know that you can get the best pictures of Las Vegas where? From the roof of photo garages. From the roof of garages. Did you know that, Kim? From the roof
parking garages.
of garages.
Yeah, cool. No.
I went to every garage in Las Vegas to show you the best spots for photos. And so that will be out on Saturday. And I shoot everything on 2 phones. This is my basic wallet, driver's license, all that stuff. But I use a cage, which I can't show you right now because it's on the other side, and that's the camera that we're using. So that's what I do. Do we get one song request? Is there going to be a song request? Because I'd love to see a super sticker and a song request. But one day I could buy Kim lunch. Anybody? Oh, he wants to know Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas? That's a song.
That was on the fly. I've never played that before.
Awesome. That was great. I could listen to you play all the time. You're so wonderful.
Thank you. Oh, do you know this one? She still doesn't know it? That was Succession. You're never going to learn that song, huh?
Oh, I told you I didn't watch that show. I don't know that show. Maybe I should start watching it. I'm going to have to.
I think you should. It's coming back. It was really great. Yes. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been another edition of Photo Walk Talks Live. Thank you, Kim McCallister. Don't forget, you can listen to her tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Thank you for having me.
On the Mark Thompson Show, and at 12 o'clock on the Nikki Medoro Show. Monday through Friday. We'll be back here next Thursday at 2 o'clock Pacific Time. Please submit a photo to the Flickr group, Photo Walk Talks. I've got a nice little light waiting for you. And next week, we're going to have a free ticket to the Kelby One Live iPhone Photography Conference. So there's a lot of good stuff going on. If you enjoyed this show, tell everybody about it. Like, share, comment, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to tune in to Kim tomorrow morning.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.